Hello Libra, this is your mid-month now general love reading. I'm sorry, I've been sick and I'm finally feeling better. So I'm going to bust these out and then I'll be starting the mid-monthlies hopefully tomorrow or Thursday. Alright, so this is your general love reading for August 2019, Sun, Moon, Rising. Remember, time is fluid. So this could be happening now, it could be happening later. Take what resonates, leave the rest. This can be from your point of view or the point of view of somebody that you're dealing with. So, and also remember that even if you're not dealing with this person at the current moment, they could be in your energy. Because I know for myself, I'll watch videos and I'll be like, I haven't talked to this person in forever. I don't deal with them. Like, why do they keep coming up in my readings? Because sometimes people will linger in your energy. Sometimes you need to do cord cutting. Sometimes there's other reasons. Just take what resonates, leave the rest, and just use your intuition and logic when you're watching these. All right, so let's get into it. All right. Divine Source, Spirit, Ancestors, Spirit Guides. What messages do you have for Libra, August 2019? All right, so what's been going on in the recent past for my Libras? All right, we have trust. The situation is calling for you to have faith. All right. What's going on in the present moment for my Libras? Also, don't get stuck on signs that I call out because not every Libra is going to deal with the same exact signs or that'd be, freaking wonky. But if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Okay? All right. What's going on in the present moment for my Libras? What are my Libras going through? All right, we have make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps that you're guided to take. All right, one more. So what's in store for the near future for my Libras? What's in store for the near future? All right. We have religious factors. Your love life is being influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Bottom of the deck, overall energy for the month, we have healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Okay, seems like an interesting month, huh? All right, so let's get into it. I'm trying a new little setup. All right, so trust. Why is trust here for my Libras? Why is trust here for my Libras? One more. Why is trust here for my Libras in the recent past? All right, we have Queen of Wands. Interesting. One more card. You could be dealing. You could either have fire in your chart or you can be dealing with a fire sign. Oh. All right. So we have the Queen of Wands with the Ace of Pentacles. All right. So in the recent past, like I said, you could be dealing with a fire sign. You could be, or it could be earth and fire. So you realize a lot of what you want out of life. You realize what you want, and you decided that you were going to stop putting fear into trying to, make things happen, have a new start in life. You decided that the old life of the fuckery, the BS, like you didn't want it anymore. So you're like, you know what? I'm going to get into myself. I'm going to do my work. I'm going to, maybe you got a freaking new haircut. You decided that you were going to self-love and you were going to start being very picky on the people that you pick. Very picky on the people you pick, of course. That you're going to be very picky in your choices because you might have had a lot of options because you were looking so well and you were in, a really good, attractive mode. And so you kind of like wanted to start over. And you felt like, if you left somebody or somebody left you, that you felt like, I have to do what's best for me. So whatever's meant to be will be. All right. So I know that I just have to do my best, and I know I have to be positive in order for a new start to come. So let's see what make the effort is about. We have the Five of Wands. I wanted to pop out. Why is make the effort here? Oh. The Five of Wands with the Knight of Cups. All right. So make the effort. I feel like a part of you is fighting what you really want to do, as in, should you be dating or should you not? Should you choose this kind of person? Should you not? Should you, put in the effort to get yourself out there, or should you just focus on money instead? And then in the past, yeah, you could have been deciding to focus on money more at this time because you didn't want anybody to basically kind of ruin the progress that you've made in yourself. You've been working on yourself to get to a certain point of finally of self-confidence, self-value, self-worth, and you didn't want anybody to really mess with this, so you might have been working on your money more, your stability more, your home life more. So in the present moment, it's like you're still trying, you're now battling. It's like, I've been working on my money. I've been focusing on myself. I've been trying to focus, on loving myself and being in a really good space, intuition. But a part of me wants more. A part of me still wants that, partnership, or you want a deeper level in your partnership. And so you're deciding at this point, you're like, you know what? I think I'm having a pretty good solid ground on being stable. My finances are looking pretty good. I feel like some of you might be anxious about all right, these other areas in my life are looking good. Like, I want a relationship now. Like, I want that other missing piece in a way. And so you're deciding to maybe start putting yourself out there. It could be, dating apps, or, letting your friends know, hey, I'm single and I'm looking. So if you know anybody, let me know. So you're making the effort to finally put yourself out there. You are looking to offer, the beginning of a relationship to somebody. The Knight only has one cup, right? The Ace of Cups, the beginning of love. So it's the beginning, and you might be a little guarded, which depends how the guarding is. Could be good or bad, but you might be a little guarded because you're like, you know what, last time I might have jumped headfirst into this. This time, I'm going to be a little more careful. I'm going to kind of look before I leap, but I do want to put myself out there. All right, so you're trying to come from a place now of balancing your stability and your self-confidence and your found, how can I say this? Sometimes it's hard to explain what you feel. You are balancing your stability, head and heart. There we go. Jesus Christ. You're balancing your head and your heart. You want to give, your emotions, but you're trying to be a little more logical about it. Whew, that took too long to explain. All right, so let's see why religious factors is in the future position. Why is religious factors in the near future? Why is religious factors in the near future for my Libras in love? Nah, crap popped out. All right. We have the Five of Swords. So you have two fives on the board now. So there's going to be a lot of change and transformation that's coming up, which is why, maybe your love life is being affected by a spiritual path, because you're trying to work on those things about yourself you might have been kept hidden before, which is why we have healing family issues here. You might finally realize that, you've been doing all this work on yourself, but some of these wounds, these deep wounds that you have that affects your relationships, are actually connected to your childhood. And not saying that your parents did a bad job, but sometimes as children, our psyche is very fragile. And so even though, you know, our parents could have tried to do the best that they could, you know, we interpreted it as that we were not good enough, or we didn't deserve love, or that we didn't deserve to care about ourselves, because that would be selfish. And you're starting to learn that these deep subconscious beliefs about love are affecting the relationships you have and affecting the kind of people that you're drawn to. And so in this month, it would behoove you, it'd be best in your best interest to start looking at those issues that you might have that are dealing from your past. Because honestly, I would be surprised if I met somebody that literally had no issues that stem from your childhood. The reason why it does is because your belief system, I think, is pretty much growing until you're 8. I think it's around 8, where your subconscious mind is like basically, yeah, building the foundation of what your life is going to be. All right. So let's see. So in the near future, yeah, you're going to start working on those issues that you didn't really realize before. And you're going to see that, oh man, you're going to see that by working on those issues, it's going to make you feel more victorious in life. That you are going to be able to, whenever, and I feel like in this card, it's like people that are going to try to come at you and take advantage of you or try to insult you, you're going to have so much confidence in yourself, and those triggers that, you know, would have messed with you in the past, because you're healing family issues, you're like, you have no power over me. Like, no, drop your sword, walk away. You have no power over me. You're getting control of your thoughts, which is so interesting because I've never seen that with the 5 of Swords before. All right, and so in the 2 of Pentacles, so with doing that, controlling your thoughts, getting better thoughts, better beliefs, how can I say, you are really working on positive thinking. You are really working on changing your subconscious beliefs that have been hindering you. You are really working on balancing yourself. You know, in the past, you might have been really trying to juggle, like, I don't understand why every time I go 2 steps forward, I take 4 steps back, you know? You're trying to make things work that couldn't work because you weren't dealing with the underlying issues. It's like, you know, if I shoot you in the arm, you could put a Band-Aid on it for now. That would cover the hole, but guess what? You're going to end up bleeding out or getting an infection. You know, you can't put a Band-Aid on a gunshot wound, and that's what you were doing before, putting Band-Aids on gunshot wounds. You know, I'm hearing for some of you, you might have thought that, okay, and I'm going to say this right now. All right, this is not to be taken as medical advice. You need to do what's best for you. All right. I have my own personal belief systems about this. Okay. Because I've gone through this. So in the past, you might have thought that, you know, like you were just in your head, your brain was broken, basically. Like you needed antidepressants. You needed those. You were just, your brain chemistry was just wrong. And that's why you would get depressed. And that's why you would feel these certain ways. But you started to realize that trying to control the external was not the way. So you could have started, so in the future, near future, you can start meditating. You can start eating a better, healthy, and balanced diet. Start working out. Start really researching how the subconscious mind affects our life. Enforcing those things that okay, I'll use this as a personal example. So I was diagnosed bipolar, anxiety, clinical depression, all these things. And for 10 plus years, I was off and on medication. I've been, it was hell. Okay, let's just say that. All right. And I would tell people I dated, I'm like, listen, man, there's going to be times where like I am going to freak out, or I'm going to lay in bed for days and just be depressed, and it's not anything you did. And my life might be fine, but it's just, you know, it's just a disease, and I'm just always going to be this way. And I mean, I've tried to commit suicide before, and I was like, shit, you know, I can't even do that right. Fuck, you know? It was hell. But I always thought that it was something, I was a curse that I was born with. Until I finally started going through my awakening process. And I think it was Buddhism that really started making me realize that it's all, you have to control your mind. You have to control your mind, because the mind is, your thoughts and your mind is not who you are. It's only a representation of your belief system, and your belief system is only a representation of this experience you've gone through life. You know, if your parents were always, you know, telling you you ain't shit, you always do things wrong, like, why can't you ever get it together? Why can't you ever do things wrong? No one's ever going to like you for being, you know, you're so weird and da-da-da-da-da. And even though it's not true, they put this in your mind and you believed it, and it carried throughout, and it made it reality, because the mind, whatever you feed it is what's going to create reality. So if you feed it negative things, it's going to create a negative reality for yourself. If you feed it positive things, it's going to create a positive reality for you, okay? And you're realizing that, and you're taking control of your thoughts and your spiritual path. You're doing healing, and you're doing these things because you know it gives you a better shot at love, a true love, a healthy love, okay? If you've gone through abusive or just crappy partners in the past, you realize you attract who you are. Not saying you're crappy or abusive, but you attract the wounds that you have in other people. So just because everybody copes with things different, you know, if I feel insecure, I might drink. If you feel insecure, you might cheat. You know what I'm saying? Everybody does everything in a different way, but the wounds are the same. And you're realizing that, and you're healing them. It's a beautiful thing. So let's see. Any additional or any messages or advice for my Libras? I'm going to kind of do things a little different here. Any additional messages or advice for my Libras? Any additional messages or advice? It's not what it seems. And I feel like that goes back to your thoughts. You know, your thoughts are not who you are. Again, it's like even in the Bible, and there's a lot of other religious texts or what would you call it, spiritual texts that talk about this. But I used to be a Christian, so I know I've read a lot. Anyway, so that's why I will reference it. And if you don't believe in Christianity, you know, everybody has their own belief system. All right. But it has some good nuggets. So anyways, it's not what it seems. Reality is not what it seems. All right. So when things are starting to look bleak, when things are starting to look shitty, when things are starting to look down, you're like, I'm doing all this work on myself. Why aren't things changing? I don't understand. You have to realize not everything is as it seems. In the spirit realm, there are things that are being put together, things that are being organized, things that are being orchestrated in order for those things to come to you that you've been hoping, wishing, praying for. So in order to receive those things that you've been praying for, you do have to have faith. And what is faith? Knowing that something's going to happen even though you have no physical evidence of it, okay? Remember also, your thoughts create your reality. So if you keep telling yourself that the universe is always going to do what's best for you, the universe always conspires for you and not against you, the universe always has your back, that's what's going to happen. Okay? So remember, even though things look shitty in your physical realm, or, you know, things are not working out the way that you're hoping, it's not what it seems. You have to get back into your spiritual, you know, sign, align with yourself, and realize, you know what, I have to just keep being positive and putting positive intentions out there, and knowing that no matter what happens, everything is happening exactly the way it's supposed to be, and it's happening in the way, you know, that's going to be best for me. Any additional messages or advice for Libras? Give me 2 more cards. Any additional messages or advice for my Libras? Any additional messages or advice for my Libras? 2 more cards. Thank you. All right, so interesting. So this could be the person that you left in the past that made you go on this journey of really working on yourself and getting in a better place within yourself. Don't ever think for a second it was anything that you did wrong. Don't ever think for a second that it was your fault. You could have done this better. You could have done that better. Or that they were just an evil masochistic person, which the only reason why people become that negative and maybe in our eyes evil, quote unquote, is because they're guarded. It's because it comes from wounds. Like I said again, the surface symptom, if you would say, people would look like, oh, that dude's a cheater, that woman's a hoe, they're a piece of shit, da, 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 da. But if you dig deeper into them, why they do the things they do, it's because of some kind of insecurities or some kind of wounds. They could have been molested. Who knows? Not saying it's right for them to do that behavior because they're still hurting other people. But no, they did those behaviors because they're guarded. They're afraid of love because they're afraid to hurt, because they're afraid to feel that pain, which sucks because as human beings, I feel a part of our job is to get to the point of healing where it doesn't matter what anybody does, and we are so strong in ourselves and so strong in who we are that if somebody doesn't like us, we can easily walk away before things get, bad. Or if somebody cheats on us, say for instance, we don't take it personally. We're like, okay, well, that was a crappy way to deal with your emotions, but I'm not going to be a part of it. So even though you did it because you're hurt or wounded, I don't care. I have to walk away, and it's nothing that I could have done differently to prevent that. That's your issue. You projected it on me, whatever. No, they're still watching you, though. You might be watching them, but they're definitely watching you still because they probably knew, my Libra got away. My Libra was a good person. It was a good connection. And, they messed it up. And why did they mess it up? Because they were guarded. And that's why, I am such an advocate of doing your healing. Because if you do not do your healing, not only you might hurt somebody else in a relationship and wound somebody else, but a good person could come along and you will ruin it because you are guarded. It's fucking crazy to me. But I used to be that person. But I've seen the error of my ways. So Lord Jesus, I'm trying. All right. So the last thing I'm going to do is pull a heal yourself reading card and see what is your biggest block to love right now. I really think healing is going to definitely help, family issues, past issues, your thoughts. We're going to see what else Spirit has to say. Okay. Well, you get 2 cards. Go you. And I'm going to read from the book because these are a lot of cards and I'm still learning. All right. See, we have family and tribe. And so I really think, again, that a part of these issues come from your family and from your childhood. And we have home. All right. I'll put that right there. So let's see. Family and tribe. All right. Be very discerning with other people's opinions. Be aware of how beliefs of your family and tribe are influencing you. Oh, this is good. What did you learn about relationships, money, and opportunities when you were younger? Yeah. Ask yourself, am I still carrying some of those outdated beliefs? Am I trying to seek love and approval from my family by doing what they want me to do? An important question to ask yourself is whether you are living your life in order to make someone else happy or yourself happy. This card asks you to examine your loyalties, family beliefs, superstitions, and rituals that have power over you. Let go of anything that is not serving you. You are also being asked to face your fears of being different and embrace your uniqueness, even if others don't understand or approve of your actions. Often working with your energy centers, in particular the root chakra. I think I said about the root chakra earlier. can help you release past limitations and hurts, increase your confidence, and help you manifest your desires into the physical reality. Come on, man. That's exactly, I was talking about the subconscious. All right. And so they talk about action to potentially help with this. So I'm going to read it. Recognize beliefs that you've adopted from others. Play some tribal music. Imagine that other people's limiting beliefs are the chains that stop you from moving forward. Stomp your feet and focus on recognizing each belief, pattern, or past experience, and then imagine letting them go. You can even visualize throwing all the change into a purple flame, which dissolves them. That's good. I'm going to do that. Then give yourself permission to move forward and put all of your energy on a daily basis in how you would love to live your life. I love it. All right. And now we're going to look at home. How do you keep recreating home? This is so interesting. Like it really, like I said, I feel like a lot of it has to do with your family and your childhood of some kind of missing puzzle piece in what you're trying to figure out in love. In the context of this teaching, let's use the word home to describe your unconscious ability to attract intimate partners with the positive and negative qualities your parents instilled with you. I'm telling you, Spirit is really trying to hit home with something right now, okay? This card honors the wounded child in you that keeps recreating home, hoping to get your childhood developmental codependency needs met. You might even provoke the other to act or look like your original parent. In a world where so many of our natural emotions were not encouraged and worse yet suppressed, you are now encouraged to feel the feelings trapped inside of you that consistently sabotages your life. For some of us, home was an amazing, empowering, and happy place, but for most of us, it was lacking. There was unease and hurt. This is imprinted on your nervous system, which forces the dysfunction you had with your parents to rise to the surface with your current partner and people close to you. And I swear to God, I used to have like debilitating anxiety. Like I've quit jobs over it. Like I would wake up and my heart was pounding so hard. Like someone was going to tell me, hey, everybody you love died. Ha ha. Anyways, as I've been working on myself and working through my issues, it has gotten a million times better. It's not where I want to be yet, but I know I still have a lot of work to do. But I'm telling you, the more you heal those issues and work on yourself and release those things that no longer serve you and change your subconscious beliefs about life, your body will follow. I'm telling you. All right, make your guardians, okay, so here's the action part. Make your guardians' faces, maybe, my bad. Maybe your guardians' faces didn't show you the love through the vital stages of development. Maybe there was abandonment or abuse. Have courage now to feel where that frozen pain is stored and grieve. Use music, photos, movement, and memories to connect with that inner child. Touch your body to intensify the sensations you are experiencing with the intention of releasing stuck emotions. An evolved partner or friend can role play with you by offering a non-judgmental and kind gaze as you express your story or feelings. Then your partner can play the role of your parent and tell you that you are lovable. Spend time communicating with the little you and be gentle and loving. And another technique that I have researched about is kind of go into a meditative state, but bring forth in your memory, really, I guess, memories in your childhood that stick out of adults kind of hurting you in a way, maybe telling you that, like I said, everything that you do is wrong. You can't do anything right. No person is going to love you, being the weird way you are or the way you look, or just like kind of ignoring you. You wanted to play and nobody would play with you because they were always busy. Maybe they had to work a lot. So you bring that memory back, but what you do is you rewrite the memory in your mind and you make it where you would have wanted it to be. You recreate the scene in your mind the way you would have wanted it to be. So if your parents were always busy with work, you know, and they never had time to play with you, you recreate the scene where they would put down their, you know, maybe their paperwork, and they would go and they would play with you, and y'all would have a blast. And you feel the emotions as if it really happened. You feel that joy of your parents loving and supporting you and playing with you and knowing that you are important. Okay? So I hope this resonated, Libra. I hope this helps. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for your support so far, and thank you so much for your patience. I don't know what the energy that was going on for the last 2 weeks, but it hit me hard as hell. Okay, yeah, also check out your other signs. And as always, you know, if it doesn't resonate, always feel free to check out other YouTube readers. You just got to find who's connected to your energy. All right. And remember as well, this might not be happening now. This could be coming up in the near future. All right. But honestly, what's been going on in here, I wish everybody could go through this. I wish this was like a mandatory class, like people had to go through, like healing those, you know, past wounds. Anyways, I love you guys. Like I said, I'm going to try to start the mid-monthly general spiritual conversations, whatever you want to call it, in a couple of days. I love you guys. Love and light. Bye.